Yeah. So now, one other question I have. I heard that you used to also been a hang card girl.
I did when I was
Crazy? How crazy is
waitressing.
that to have been a hang card girl, and then you're a fighter, like you are A-list fighter, like one of the best in the world. I mean, that must be surreal when you think about that those days.
Yeah, it's crazy. But the truth is, would I have ever seen an MMA match if I wasn't a ring card girl?
So maybe it let you to dip your feet in there and see what it is, to not be so mystified by it from the beginning.
Yeah, it was crazy. I just remember enjoying the fight and just having a curiosity. Like, I wonder if I could do that,
Wow, yeah. God, I feel that way when I think about you, too. I wonder. I go, I wish I... Yeah, it's the same kind of similar situation. Now, so I wonder this. Sometime I wonder about this, okay? Because it's very strange dynamic. Now, I understand. We used to seeing, cheerleaders and hang card girls for many years in sport. But now that there's more women in contact, combat sports, I find it like a strange dynamic when you see women in there fighting and then you see a female hang card girl. It's like, I wonder the dynamic, like, is there this thing, is there a cattiness, is there like a looking down upon, I mean, not necessarily from you, but is there a strange dynamic that we're not aware of between female fighters and this female hang card girl?
I don't have anything against any of the ring card girls.
I don't mean against. I mean like there's a tendency to, like, especially I always feel strange when I see, like, not all of the female fighters is attract, but when you have fighters like you and the young lady that you fought in the last fight, for some reason I can't think of her name right now, the Polish chick.
The Carolina?
Yeah, Carolina, you have, a list of these very attractive MMA fighters. And then you have maybe a hang card girl that's like maybe barely as attractive or even less attractive. And then you got this chick who is gorgeous and about to get in there and beat the shit out of somebody. I wonder if the hang card girl is sitting there like feeling like a parsley on the side, or the orange slice on the side of the Denver omelet or whatever,
I have no idea. I've never really thought about it that way. I guess I never, it's something that I enjoy doing,
The hang card shit?
No, fighting.
Oh. Yeah, of course.
And so, to me, but I don't think any of the ring card girls have a desire to fight. I don't know. Maybe they do, and I just don't know it.
No, and I guess that's not what I mean, because so like the value of the hang card girl is how gorgeous she is. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's like that's her value. You're like, she's there getting paid to do this because she's so fine, her body's so hot, and her, she's there to make guys go, oh shit, and and also lesbian or whatever. And then you have her next to another woman whose value is she's there because she's getting paid. Like this chick is highly skilled and can do something that only a handful of people in the world can do. And then on top of that, she just happened to be even better looking than the chick that is hired there just for eye candy. So to me, I feel like sometime the hang card girl must be like, I guess I'm here, what if, I just had an idea, what if in between Hound, maybe they're going to throw you a couple extra bucks, you can be your own hang card girl.
Yeah, if they're going to pay me extra, for sure I'll do it.
Can you imagine they just throw, instead of to giving you advice and shit like that and working on the end swell and stuff, like Jackson and Winkle Johns is like put heels and pumps on you and going, okay, get that card, okay, and putting some some almond oil on your shoulders and shit like that, and okay, now get out there, get show those people onto the left, get those guys excited and come on, we got this. You know?
Yeah.
I could imagine I could do that for you.
Yeah, for sure I would, that'd require more cash, for sure.
Well, I'm gonna make you some more cash. You know how they have a seconds in there? I can be the thirds, and that's my thing. I'm gonna teach you how to walk, how to smile for the people there, and how to really get the crowd to be excited.
All right.
I mean, I think I'm onto something here. What do you think about the male ring card girl? Like they have Elias Theodoros.
Yeah. I think it's, especially for an all-female fight organization, it's genius.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I mean, some guys bristle at that. Fuck it. I don't care. If women want if women want to see it, let them to see that one. They like Chippendale. They like Thunder Down Under. Why not?
Exactly.
Some people think it's like, it's the kind of guys that complain about that shit is the same kind of guys that go like, oh, gay parade? How come there's no straight parade? You know? It's like that. It's like those kind of cats who complain about that, But the kind of guys that say, how come there's no White History Month, porra?
Well,
I say, fuck it.
When I think about, like, a man walking around with the card, I mean, it's cool and everything, but I also have to say, like, even, like, for my bachelorette party, I remember going to the strip club, and I had never been to a male strip club.
Yeah, it's cheesy.
Yes, and that's what I was just going to say. Like, I almost would rather go to, like, a female strip club because I feel like they just do it better. Like, the guys were wearing, like, knee pads, and it wasn't attractive to me. I would rather watch a girl.
Well, I agree. First of all, amen to that. I agree. But it remind me like I think the kind of woman that kind of guy is like the same kind of woman who would like a romance novel,
Yeah.
Or to like watch a lot of soap opera, or it's like they like that kind of man, or maybe WWF, it's like guys with big muscle, long hair, cheesy gimmick and shit like that. But I tell you what, have you ever been to a black strip club, like or male or female?
Nuh-uh.
Wow, caralho. It's a very different experience there. Both the female, like I never been to one of the man one, but I've seen shit like online on like YouTube or whatever. The fucking way these black guys get down, you wouldn't even fucking imagine. It's a much more haunchy experience, to say the least. It's 10,000 times more suggestive. Like the guy is wearing basically a sock that's covering his joint, and he's like fucking the ground and whatnot, you know what I mean? And like jumping off a ladder and into the splits, like pretending he's fucking somebody, you know what I mean? It's like holy shit, like they leave in nothing to the imagination,
Yeah.
And pulling these chicks by their weave and mushing them into his John Thomas,
Yeah, that might have to be something I do for my sister whenever she decides to get married.
Please, promise. Or you know what? You can hire your Uncle Hanach. I used to be a dancer in the old days. And I had a gimmick where I was like the male version of Pocahontas, like a Indian chief.
Okay.
And I would have.
Did you have knee pads though?
No knee pad. I didn't need that once, because Vale Tudo, I was already used to that, and I would make the women. I would do like a dance where I do like a hop on one foot, and do that thing like that. It was very tasteful, and then I would have the women to smoke a peace pipe. It was a gimmick that I did, but Anyway, this ain't about me. People don't want to hear about. I know you want to hear this stuff, but a lot of people, they want to know about the Karate Hottie, boy. Huh? A lot of people wonder like how did you got hooked up with Jackson Winkle John or Henry Winkler John? How do you say his name?
Michael Winklejohn.
Yeah, Henry Winkler John. That's why I call him Arthur Fonzarelli when I first met him.
What did you call him?
Arthur Fonzarelli, from the Happy Days. It's Henry Winkler. But anyway, you're too young for that. To remember Henry Winkler. He's on that show Barry on HBO. But anyway, never mind Barry. So you have Henry Winkler John and you have Jackson's. Now, of all the places in the fucking universe, what made you to end up to want to live in Albuquerque, New Mexico?
I wanted something different. Like I said, I grew up in Colorado. I actually trained with Donald Cerrone out there, and he had come out to Albuquerque.
Cerrone.
And it was before I was on the Fight Girls reality show. And then after that, I kind of was like, all right, well, it was either California or Albuquerque, and I didn't know anybody in California. So Donald just told me that there was a bunch of girls in Albuquerque that I could train with, and so I was like, well, let's just give it a try, see how I like it, and then we could just go from there. And so I moved out to Albuquerque and absolutely fell in love with the people, and I ended up staying.
Wow, lucky you didn't came to LA. Would have really blew your mind if you think Albuquerque was something. God, are you?
Well, the good thing about Albuquerque is there's less distraction.
There's less to do, por her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there a few times. I've done some seminar out there and stuff like that. It's a hell of an experience to have there. I never actually been to Jackson Winkle, Johnny, but I got a lot of friends that trained there and throughout the years and stuff like that. And me and Donald Cerrone, we had an altercation on MMA, inside MMA, because I stole one of his Budweiser from the green room.
I saw that. I remember seeing that.
Yeah, and I decided to be the bigger man, and I gave it back to him. But I felt like, look, I don't wanna, to ruin this guy's reputation. He's got a bright future ahead of him. I don't wanna dehail his success,
Mhm.
So I let it slide.
Yeah, I'm glad you did.
Well, I'm a lover. I'm more of a lover than anything, Michelle.
Mhm.
You understand? So your mom is still with your parents? I mean, with your dad?
No, my parents actually divorced when I was 18.
Oh, okay. So they waited at least till you was out the house.
Yeah, I think that's what they were waiting for. They're counting down the days.
Probably like that. They didn't want it to hurt your feeling.
Mhm.
So now, caray, so that means your mommy is single now?
Yeah, she's single, but she's picky when it comes to who she dates.
Yeah, well, the women with discriminating taste could do a lot worse than your Uncle Hanach, porra caralho. And I've heard your impression of her, and I can imagine that she would be a lot of fun to go on the dates with and see what happens. Maybe she can cook me some tom yum and some fucking whatever chun chow fun. And some pork fried rice.
My mom is an amazing cook. My mom is an amazing cook.
I can imagine that she's gonna put some basil leaf in there and some hot sauce. Yeah, I know about that stuff. What's the best stuff she cook? What's she gonna cook for you, Uncle Hanach, when I check her?
Whatever you want.
For you?
Yeah, she'll cook whatever you want. She loves to cook.
I'm gonna invite myself over there, porra.
Yep, that's her thing is to cook.
What kind of music should I bring when I come over there? I don't have to put on like that stuff they put on before the Thai boxing that sounds like Jewish clarinet music, no? You know that one? I don't want to listen to that one.
What you're talking about.
I feel like that's gonna jangle my nerve when I'm trying to relax.
Mhm.
So what kind of one can I put on that she's still gonna like that?
I don't know. Maybe some Michael Jackson.
She like Michael Jackson? What about some Teddy Pendergrass?
I don't know who that is.
Oh God, I love GKO. Now close the door. We need to let you to know more. We need to give you more education about music stuff.
I think so. I think that's what I need.
God, are you? Okay, so one last stuff about music. Not about music, about stuff that you like. Now, do you feel the same way about movies that you feel about music? Do you just watch whatever, or do you have some favorite movies?
Oh, I have some good favorite movies.
So what's like five of your favorite, like your five favorite movies if you had to
pick? 5 favorite movies?
Yeah.
Braveheart.
Okay, Braveheart.
Bad Boys, all the Bad Boys series.
How many Bad Boys they made? 2 of them, no?
There's 2, and then they're going to come out with another one. I'm really excited to see it.
Is that really happening? They've been talking about that for fucking, I don't know how many years.
I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen soon.
God, are you? Okay, so we got Bad Boys, and then, okay.
G.I. Jane.
G.I. Jane, okay, because it's inspiration for you.
Mm-hmm. G.I. Jane is
and you have Viggo Morch in there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me think. What's another one? A good one. I like all the Blades.
I like the first one and the second one, but caralho, it starts to get a little bit much.
And then Big Trouble Little China.
Oh, that's one of my. Now you're speaking my language, young lady.
Yeah.
I like me some Kurt Russell, and I like me some Jack Birch.
Yep. Big Trouble Little China.
It's all in the he flexes.
Oh, Coming to America with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, another one of my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. So you like some good ones, you know. Sometimes some people don't have any taste. I mean, you know, some of the Blade ones is debatable on your list or whatever. But and then what was another one? No, G.I. Jane I can't understand because you're female. It's very inspiration. And back then, especially, they didn't have a lot of shit like for you to enjoy. So, but sometimes that's how I gauge, you know, if I'm gonna enjoy sometime I might show a woman a challenging movie, you know, something that might be a little fucking crazy or, you know, a little less commercial, and see how she can enjoy that. And if she's can enjoy certain kind of stuffs, I know that we're not gonna have the
not gonna get along.
No, yeah. I can tell by the movie chase sometime.
What are your movies?
Oh, God, I mean, if I had to take I mean, it's hard to give like the favorite ones, but if I had to pick a favorite, you know the movie Raging Bull?
Raging Bull?
Yeah, with Robert De Niro.
I don't think I've seen that one. I need to watch it.
Oh my God, yeah. It to me that have everything. Like if I was to have like a movie that I was to play, like the part of a lifetime would be to play that character, because like he's playing a boxer named Jake LaMotta, who was one of the greatest, you know, middleweight of all time, and he was this tough fighter from the Bronx. You know, they called him the Bronx Bull or the Raging Bull, and he was, you know, just one of the greatest of all time. Just tough, crazy, gritty. You know, he was like maybe if you had to think about it, like a Arturo Gatti mixed with, like, you know, Nick Diaz mixed with some crazy shit. You know, he was just like just go in there and leave, you know, blood and guts. But also in his personal life, he was a fucked up guy, and, you know, had a lot of anger problem, and, you know, was dealing with a lot of turmoil. And the movie's in black and white, and it's go through a span of his life, like from his fighting career to then afterwards, where he was like a failing. He actually became a stand-up comedian, and Robert De Niro was actually gained like 60 pounds or some shit for the whole to play like the fat version of himself, you know.
Wow.
And it was like the first time an actor had really done some shit like that, you know. So it's like, and he won an Oscar for that one. It's like, that's by far my favorite. But then, you know, I love movies like, I don't know, you ever seen the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly?
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. You're giving me this whole list of movies that I need to go watch. Oh yeah, that's a clip. Well, now I don't know if you're gonna like that one because it's a very long western. But you might, if you like westerns. It's very gritty, but you gotta be patient with that one because it's a long one. Okay.
You know, so I like a lot of, you know, I like certain directors. You know, I like I love you, Beverly Hills Cop, you know, any of that Eddie Murphy shit, you know. But I like all kind of genre. I like black and white movies. I like some stuff with, you know, Humphrey Bogart, you know, where you have the Big Sleep, you know, detective shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all those kind of, man, I go all over the place. Any genre you can think of movies, I have like a wealth of knowledge about that one. So it's very hard for me to even pick the favorite ones because I go deep into that shit.
Yeah, I'm a movie buff for sure.
Yeah. So, you know, one of these days, you know, you're going to have to, you know, just maybe hand a VHS and make some Jiffy Pops, you know, and maybe to watch some movie.
Mhm.
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 I want to save some stuff for the next time, and one of these days we're gonna do a video or something like that. But what can the people look forward, to you in the future? Are you gonna get to do some acting stuffs? Because I can see your popularity is at the point where maybe you could start delving into, after you win the belt, maybe you can start getting into some action movies and some, being that star that you thought about when you was a kid.
Yeah, and I would love to get into that. I think that would be a dream come true. So hopefully, like you said, after I win the belt, I'd like to go to Brazil. If we're talking about what's coming up immediately, I'd like to go to Brazil and watch those girls fight and see who comes out the winner, and then hopefully before this year's up, fight for the belt, and then sky's the limit.
Who's fighting for it? It's gonna be Rose and Andrade?
Yep.
Oh wow, that's gonna. Wow.
In Brazil, so.
What? That's crazy. That's crazy that Holtz would even agree to that.
Yeah, Rose is she's crazy. So, but
yeah.
I think she thrives when she's under pressure.
Yes. I get that. It's hard. Sometimes it's hard to motivate yourself when you're the favorite, like when you're supposed to win.
Yeah, you got to stay hungry.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, I understand that. You got any stuff? You got any stuff you want to promote?
That's it. The biggest thing that we're working on now is we have this new at-home workout, a 6-week workout. So we just started up a new Instagram page called Michelle Waterson Fitness.
Well, who's we, first of all?
Me and my husband.
Okay. Never mind. Sorry I asked. Go ahead.
But yeah, it's a 6-week program that you could. It's like a one-time purchase, and you can keep it forever. And it basically will take you through a 6-week at-home workout that you can do just with your own body weight. So we're working on that, and we're just continuously building onto that. We'll probably be adding some weight exercises with that within the next couple of months. It's just hard because we have to do all of the building of the website and everything.
Trust me. I'm working on a fucking website for myself right now. It's amazing how difficult this fucking shit is. It's like every little thing and if you're gonna put a video, this shit didn't, it's caralho. But yeah, so I understand that. Now the other stuff that I always ask my guests of my physique, my baby brown eyes, or my Egyptian cinnamon skin color, which one is your most favorite of that 3 of them ones?
I would say your skin color.
You know what? I had a feeling you was gonna say that. It's like you and I is on like the same wavelength sometimes.
Yeah.
It's incredible. We finishing each other's sense, Yeah. See how we did that? Look, and then I can't even believe that.
Crazy.
Z. Yeah. Man, sometimes I feel like there's a chemistry, but whatever. So okay, well, Michelle, what a treat for you to came on here finally, and I'm very excited from all your success and what's to see in the future. I think I think as bright as your present is now, the future is gonna be even better for you, And
Thank you.
I know that a lot of you. I've always telling people about, you're one of my favorite fighter. Not only do I like your looks and your personality and all that shit, and you do the funny, mom impression, all that stuff, but there's a lot of stuff you got going for you, young lady. You also like, you got a lot of heart, and I seen you post, some videos after some losses that was more inspiring than some people's victories, and you always take the adversity in stride, and I think you're a great example. I think you're one of the people I always root for, and I always say when people say, what's your favorite, what's the hottest chick in the MMA, aside from the fighting and stuff, it's always the Karate Hottie. So you're always going to be near and dear to my heart.
Oh, I appreciate that. That made my day.
Oh, well, it's also going to make you night, porra. Okay?
Okay.
So until next time, Michelle, it's been a pleasure, and I know all my fans is gonna fall in love with you. The ones that didn't already was in love with you. And just before you leave, what's your Instagram?
My Instagram is Karate Hottie MMA.
And then the fitness one?
It's Michelle Waterson Fitness.
Okay, so you heard it here, Karate Hottie MMA and Michelle Waterson's Fitness, and what a pleasure, and good luck in the future, young lady, and I'm gonna see you sooner than later.
All right, thank you so much for having me.
Well, Karate Hottie, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to subscribe. Hey, I'm not joking about that subscribing, okay?